This channel supports Extra Life in its efforts to raise money for the Children's Miracle Network. For more information about how to donate and join in their efforts, go to the link displayed here. Extra Life. Play games, heal kids. What up, everybody? This is your boy Black Magus, and I'm gonna do this video in front of the background of the PlayStation 4. We're gonna talk PlayStation and the panic that gamers are having with the rumors that Sony will not be attending this year's E3. This seems to be a monumental tectonic event for most people, because with the PS5 coming out this year, everybody's losing their minds wondering why Sony wouldn't be at the I guess the granddaddy of major gaming conventions, conferences, whatever. It's not that bad, people. Calm the fuck down, seriously. I think, one, this is another lesson in how no matter how much things change, people still have a problem with change. And you know, when Sony bowed out last year, people were like, okay, why would they do that? And then they reasoned it out to be, oh well, they're coming out with the PS5 next year. They want to save their guns for, you know, the launch year. And now they're saying that they're not going to be there, or that people feel like they're not going to be there. I don't think Sony's officially came out and said anything at the time of this video. If they have, please someone correct me in the comment section below, because I would really like to know. But yeah, everybody's losing their shit and is so disappointed in Sony and so upset and just can't believe they would do that. Here's the thing, y'all. One, if you really want the PS5, you're gonna buy it anyway, so calm down and stop acting like this is really bothering you and Sony's hurting your feelings. Because if you have any interest in the PS5, you will get it. And the reason why you'll get it is because, leading to number two, not being at E3 doesn't mean that Sony, or any other company for that matter that decides not to be at E3, won't have an opportunity to promote their product in a proper enough way to build hype and to generate interest. Inherently speaking anyway, gamers, if it has to do with gaming, they're interested. Unless they're platform loyalists, then they can find themselves easily just interested. But of course, if you're a PlayStation loyalist, you're gonna buy it anyway. It's not like if they're not at E3 and you've been a fan of PlayStation for like any part of the 25 years that the brand has been around, that you're gonna be like, fuck you. You didn't do a grand show for the PS5 at E3, so fuck it. I'm done. No more PlayStation 4. No more PlayStation. No PlayStation 5 for me. Come on. Seriously. It's just like, I've always advocated that Microsoft should leave E3 too, because, and I guess this is my third major point, E3 is pretty much kind of going away. And I know that seems sad, and people were like, oh, you know, I love E3 and all that. People love the big clash of brands and stuff like that, and love to see the shows and all that. You know, content creators have a great opportunity to make podcasts, live streams, things like that with it. I get it, you know, and it's just generally fun, because I have fun with E3. I enjoy E3 for what it is, or should I say what it was. But now companies are kind of wanting to go and do their own individual thing, not spend all that money, and find new ways to promote themselves. I've always said Nintendo with the Directs found something perfect that a lot of people could do if done properly. Now, Sony has tried to do it with the State of Play, and the State of Plays have been pretty meh. Let's say, I think what Sony misses is kind of some type of flair to it. I mean, even when Nintendo has nothing that seems to not interest people, there's a sort of flair to the production that makes it entertaining. And I feel like Sony, they haven't really done much to make the state of play interesting. It's not the content, like, hey, at least for me, because for me, I don't need you to like fucking blow my mind out with a AAA game every fucking time that you're on screen. You know, there are a lot of games, there are a lot of different things and experiences, and a lot of different people feel, you know, different ways about them. So, I'm fine with that. If you want to do an indie focus one, fine. There's a lot of indie fans. If you want to do a AAA focus, you can. At the end of the day, it's all gaming. But I guess this is the legacy of the E3 thing, where we get these grand, huge, over-the-top presentations, and people have become so accustomed to them that doing smaller scale things, I guess, kind of turn them off because it's not what they're used to. But I think when it comes to like the PlayStation 5, the Xbox X Series, isn't that what they call it? X Series, yeah. And, you know, currently the Nintendo Switch, I don't think that you need to have E3 to make them. You didn't need E3 before. A lot of people forget this. Like, E3 has been around pretty much about as long as the PlayStation. A little bit long. I think maybe a year or two. It predates the first PlayStation. And before then, there were consoles. There were consoles that sold very, very well, did very, very well because companies promoted them and generated interest without this grand stage. It's funny because E3 has kind of become this weird beast, and maybe it's something that is just mostly inherent to video games. Whereas you have other grand stages for other mediums, like, you know, you have the Comic-Cons, you have, what's the name of the thing? Just like all the other conventions for movies, television shows, and things like, you have CES, that's what I was thinking of, for electronics. They don't seem to be like centralists to their industries. You know what I mean? Like, movies don't need San Diego Comic-Con. You know, it's great to have those big announcements at San Diego Comic-Con, but Hollywood, it would be just fine if there was no San Diego Comic-Con. You know what I mean? Comic books would be just fine, or have been just fine, to be quite honest, because generally speaking, Comic-Cons don't necessarily focus on the comic books themselves, yet comic books still do pretty well. You know, people still read comic books without having to have some great event like showcase that stuff. But it seems like with video games in the gaming community, E3 is just like, yo, if you don't do this, it's what's going on. We need E3 to be this. And games have evolved and moved beyond. I think they've gotten to the place where a lot of these other mediums have gotten, and which is why they don't need these conventions to make statements and to have their products promoted and pushed. Is because gaming is pretty universal now. It is not like that thing that only geeks and nerds participated. We know this. We've known this for a while. And people will read, you know, articles. They'll watch footage, interviews, things like that. They'll consume enough different media, promotional tools that, yeah, E3 don't have to be there. And then with these companies doing their own presentations and all that stuff, like, you can be just fine without E3. I think E3 needs to evolve itself where it's trying to be similar, honestly, to the Comic-Cons and things like that. Because I think what Comic-Cons and CS and all of those have learned is that we're going to be a showcase for these things, but we're going to do it in a way where we don't need like a grand presentation, because E3 was never really meant to be like a grand presentation showcase for people to watch like they do and, you know, feel like it's the center of gaming news and announcements. E3 was supposed to be just like all the other ones, like a place for people to come who are just fans of a medium and want to hang out, or like CES, they want to come and they want to like see what's going to happen, like from a behind the scenes business perspective. And it just evolved into this like weird event where, yeah, people now flip out if they don't get that same thing over and over again. It's okay. I honestly don't like. I'm fine with E3 kind of moving to the shadows. And the thing is, it can still exist and be a popular thing and a big thing. Just like how it seems like Gamecom seems to still be a great grand event where people flock to. Because they just come, they play games, they don't need the grand presentation, they're just going there for the celebration of games. I think that's what E3 needs to be, just to be a more, just for the celebration of game, for gamers. And then if something comes out of there, cool. But if not, who cares? Because, you know, again, as gamers, being interested in the medium, if presented in a way that grabs our attention, we're going to flock to it anyway. It doesn't need to be at that one spot. So that's why I think people really need to get over that. But anyway, that's just my humble opinion. Everybody, you know, has the right to feel the way they feel. You know, but I think there should be less panic and less flack for Sony not wanting to be there. And we don't know if they're officially not going to be there yet. Again, if this has been officially announced, let me know and correct me, please. I encourage you. Anyway, as always, you guys, feel free to hit me up. Let me know what you think, and I'll holler at you later. This your boy Blak Magus, and I'm out. Deuces.